When the noise gets too loud outside, it's okay to pause, to step inward and rest. Let's share a coffee. Welcome to the Speak With Her podcast. My name is Ola Oshibikomi. You can call me Mirror Talker, and I am excited to be the host on today's episode titled Protecting Our Peace. Is this your first time tuning in? This is a space where we invite women from diverse fields and professions to inspire, educate, and empower next generation. Especially joining me as always is my amazing co-host.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. So, our episode for today is protecting our peace, mental awareness for girls. And in the studio today, we have our speaker, who is Mrs. Toyin Tope-Adedipe. She's a mental health coach. She's an strategist. Ma, can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. And thank you very much for being here. We are absolutely sorry for the network issues. My name is Toyin Tope-Adedipe. I am a mental wellness coach and I'm a public speaker. I'm an author and a ghostwriter. It's nice to be here. Let's share coffee.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you for deciding to give back to the society. God bless you, Ma. So, and mental health is a very sensitive topic, and it is a must for it to be discussed because it is a problem that is inherent in our society. A lot of girls out there, a lot of people out there, they are working, they seem fine, they smile, but then they are fighting it. They have issues with their mental health. So our guest, she's going to be speaking to us today. She's going to be sensitizing us concerning she'll be bringing solutions, yes, to some challenges. Thank you so much, Ma. So the first question goes thus, and over the years, I've had these thoughts over the years. So I have been in conversation with girls, even older ones, and I have heard them talk as though they don't even have a say in their lives. Yes, I've heard them, and it has been so surprising to me. Some of them, in fact, they naturally accept failure in a particular task without even trying, simply because they believe, oh, I'm a girl, I cannot do this. A man should be able to do this better. And sadly, I have noticed that this mentality, it has become inherent even in much younger girls, even among our younger girls, and I'm talking about even in primary schools. A lot of them already have that mentality that there are some tasks that they cannot do simply because of their gender. So they don't even try at all, they just give up on it. So the question is that, why do some girls lose confidence around the opposite gender, and then they begin to shrink their dreams, opinions, and true personalities?
Okay. There's a shift that happens quietly in some girls. You can almost miss it if you're not paying attention. She's expressive with her friends. She laughs loudly. She has opinions that light up a room. She dreams without limits. But when she's around the opposite gender, something changes. Sometimes it's subtle. You don't notice it. Her voice softens. Her laughter becomes measured. Her opinions suddenly feel too much. And so her dreams start shrinking to fit what she feels is acceptable. It's almost like an inferiority complex. And if often it is not because they suddenly become unsure of who they are. or it's mostly because of fear, anxiety, fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being misunderstood or being labeled too loud by the opposite gender. Or sometimes the people say they are too forward or too ambitious. Over time, the mind starts to protect itself. That's the girl's mind start protecting itself by reducing expression instead of risking discomfort. You know, you now prefer to stay quiet instead of being embarrassed, more like it. So mental wellness teaches us something deeper here. Confidence doesn't disappear overnight. It gets negotiated away in small moments, much as a dismissed opinion, which makes them to now younger girls or the girls generally, to become timid. You don't want to talk because if you speak, you can be laughed at. You can be corrected, and not subtle correction. You just keep saying that you don't matter, your voice does not matter. Then you try to become less, and slowly the girls learn to become smaller just to be accepted. But the truth we must hold on to is that no girl was designed to shrink to be liked. You don't have to shrink before you are liked. Your personality is not a problem to fix. And a girl's dream is never too big. Neither is your voice too strong. Real mental well-being is not about adjusting yourself to fit people. No, it is about staying rooted in who you are, even when the room feels unfamiliar. It's standing tall, being yourself unapologetically, seeing yourself as also human, being able to stand and own your voice. When girls are emotionally safe, they don't shrink, they stand taller. Thank you.
Ma, wow, that was profound. Thank you so much, Ma. So you made mention of fear. Yes, fear is a very big tree, and then it takes away the confidence. According to what our guest speaker said fear takes away the confidence, and once you lose your confidence, you begin to shrink as a girl, and no girl was designed to shrink. So you have to just be yourself, stand tall and own your voice. Don't allow anybody to convince you into believing that your dreams are too big or your voice is too strong. So, and this is from me to you. We are rooting for you. If so far as you're listening to us, you're rooting for you. Don't lose your voice. Always be yourself. Thank you so much, Ma. And so
Thank you.
the next question is that some people are just naturally nice to those they encounter. On everyone around them, they show up for them and support them. However, young girls sometimes mistake this attention for love. So why do many girls mistake attention for love and end up sacrificing their peace, values, and future for fake affection?
Okay. There's a kind of hunger that doesn't come from the body, but from the heart. The heart wanting to be seen. So for many young girls, it starts simply, it's like a message, a compliment, consistent attention. Someone who notices them in a world that sometimes feels indifferent. And suddenly, what began as attention starts to feel like value. Do you get that flow? That
Yes, ma'am.
attention begins to feel like value. But attention can feel like warmth, especially when it arrives during moments of loneliness. It makes you feel chosen. It feels like being special. And when emotional needs are unmet, the mind can confuse intensity with intimacy. So you see how they link into each other. But mental wellness helps us slow that confusion down. It's being grounded. And it starts from the home, the parents, the people that you expose your girls to. What are they picking from these people? What are they learning from you as a parent? How do you show love in the home? Because real love does not demand that you lose yourself to keep it. Neither does it ask you to abandon your values just to maintain love. And love does not thrive on pressure, guilt, or fear of losing someone if you say no. So it becomes what they call love in those moments. Sometimes it's just validation in disguise. The girl is looking for validation. The validation that she's not getting from home, that she's not getting from the parents, that she's not getting from the guardian or the custodian. Wow. And the cost is high. As peace becomes anxiety, their confidence becomes doubt. And their dreams start getting postponed for someone who was never meant to define them. They totally lose themselves. And the mind, when it is unguarded, it starts to trade long-term self-worth for short-term attention. But awareness is where healing begins. As a parent, we have a lot of work to do. As a sister, as an uncle, as a brother, we all have work to do in the life of not just our girls, even the boys. Because I always prefer to have it balanced, because boys too are susceptible to falling in love as they're seeking validation. So a girl who understands her emotional value stops negotiating her peace for presence. She learns that being noticed is not the same as being loved. Mental wellness is not just about healing after hurt. It is about recognizing early what threatens your peace and choosing yourself without apology. Choose yourself without apology, because love should not require self-abandonment. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. So love is the principal thing. This goes to our parents, not just parents, our sisters, brothers, and uncles. Please, let's endeavor to show love to our children. As our speaker said, when their emotional needs are not met, they tend to accept fake affection. So we have a lot of work to do. Let's show them love. Let's show them love so they don't fall into the trap of any such thing like that. So let's try to make amendments. So there are girls who are obviously brilliant. I mean, when you engage them in conversations, they always contribute intellectually, and they find it so easy to express themselves very well that it is so obvious that no, this girl talks from a place of intellectuality. So my question goes thus, but then why do many brilliant girls, why do they struggle or panic during exams despite being intelligent and well prepared?
Yeah, there's a kind of silence that shows up right before an exam. it's not only for younger girls. I think it's for everyone, even in professional exams, if we want to be honest. You know, there's that silence that shows up right before an exam, not because the mind is empty. It is because it is overloaded. A girl sits at her desk. She has read the notes. She understands the concepts. She even did well during revision. But then the paper lands in front of her and suddenly her mind goes blank. Her heart races. Her confidence slips away faster than knowledge can return. The truth is, anxiety has a way of showing up early. Anxiety rehearses failure before it even begins. It keeps whispering, you are not ready, even when preparation is there. You know? And in that moment, the brain shifts from thinking clearly to surviving stress. Mental wellness helps us understand this clearly. Panic is not proof of lack of intelligence. It is the mind reacting under pressure. A brilliant girl can know the answer and still struggle to access it when fear takes over the driver's seat. Let me digress a bit because it's the same with public speakers. I'm a public speaker. Sometimes you want to start talking and anxiety just makes you freeze. You know what you want to say, you know the topic, the title, you know what you are about, but anxiety freezes, makes you to freeze. That's why we say breathe. Learn to do breathing exercise before you step on stage, before you start talking, even virtual meetings. So it's not just about studying harder, it's about learning how to stay calm enough to let what you know actually surface. That calm is very essential because anxiety doesn't erase knowledge, it blocks expression. It freezes you. It's like you have ice block in your brain. It just shuts down. So when girls are not taught how to manage that inner pressure, they start believing a lie that panic means failure. I will still take us back to the home because we have to be expressive with our children. We have to be open. We have to make them learn to speak up because make them very comfortable to talk to us so that they can express themselves and you know how to guide them out of situations like this. What children, girls need is grounding, reassurance, and tools that help the mind breathe under pressure. Like I mentioned, learn the breathing exercise. Teach your girls the breathing exercise. The breathing exercise is just about a minute and you regain your calm. You inhale, you exhale, deep inhaling and deep exhaling. And it helps you to calm down and regain your calm. Protecting her peace means reminding her that her worth is not measured by a shaky hand or a raising heart in an example, because it can happen to anybody. And when the shaky hands or the raising heart start, teach your girls to stay calm, to breathe it out and regain their calm so that they don't fail the exam. Their peace is not measured by ability or effort. A calm mind doesn't make her smarter. It simply lets her brilliance show up. To pass an exam, you have to be calm. And that is when your brilliance can show. Thank you.
Thank you, ma. So anxiety, as you have said, anxiety has a way of stealing so many things from us. So let's teach our girls, let's teach them the breathing exercise. It will help them to calm down. And then we should constantly reassure them. Yes, we have to protect their peace, and not just to just no. There are times that I've met people, I've met parents that they tend to emotionally burden their children, in the sense that they compare them. When you start comparing your child to another person, and they are saying, see, and you're saying things like, and your hands are shaking, look at how firm your mate is. So it is very wrong. As parents, we have to reassure them, we have to protect them. So I hope we've been learning from what our guest speaker has been teaching us so far. So in a world full of pressure, comparison, heartbreak, and expectations, how can a girl truly protect her peace and still become the best version of herself?
Okay.
Yes, ma.
A girl scrolls through her phone and sees someone doing better. Just like you also said, expectations from family. She hears expectations from family, from school, from the society. She experiences heartbreak that lingers longer than expected. And somehow, in the middle of all that noise, she is still expected to smile, perform, and keep going without breaking. So it begins with understanding that peace is not the absence of challenges. It is the ability to stay grounded inside such challenges or those challenges. Mental wellness teaches us that comparison is a thief that doesn't always take everything at once. It's a gradual process. And if you keep comparing yourself to another person, you totally reduce yourself. In short, you lose yourself. You gain nothing. Sometimes comparison takes your confidence. A little doubt here, a little insecurity there, until a girl starts measuring her journey with someone else's timeline, comparing your chapter 1 to another person's chapter 20. You want to fly from chapter 1 to chapter 20. You don't know what that person on chapter 20 went through from that chapter 1 until he or she got to chapter 20. But because you see all sorts on social media, and social media is not like it's a bad thing, but if you do not control yourself, if you are not grounded, if you don't have a very solid background, social media will drag you on the floor. It will make you lose yourself totally. So I'm still going back to parents. Parents have a lot of work to do. It's not only about, no, you cannot go on social media. What is the why? Is the why that you are giving your child, is it reasonable? Is it something that you also think can work? Or is your why something that will make the child to go elsewhere, to go on social media or to talk to people that you don't even want him or her to engage with? You have to be careful with your expectations, as they can feel like invisible weights that never leave our shoulders. It's learning a different way to carry life. It means choosing boundaries without guilt, being able to say no without any guilt. It means knowing when to pause before burnout. It is separating who she is from what she produces. And most importantly, it means learning that becoming her best self is not a race against others. It is a relationship with herself. First version of her does not grow in chaos. It grows in clarity. That word clarity, it's very important in every individual's life, not only in a girl's life. Becoming our best version doesn't grow in chaos. It grows in clarity, in rest, in self-respect, in quiet decisions that say, I choose myself, even here. I choose myself. Because peace is not something that she finds once. It is something she practices daily, especially when life gets hard, when life gets loud. And when a girl learns to protect her inner world, she doesn't just survive pressure, she rises through it with strength that feels steady, not rushed. She's grounded. So if you believe a girl can grow without losing herself, start encouraging her to choose peace daily. Remind her that becoming is not a competition. It is a gentle journey of self-honoring, choosing herself against the noise. Thank you.
So comparison as an individual, it makes you lose yourself, and you don't need anyone's validation to feel worthy. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks about you. What do you think about yourself? That is what is most important. What do you think about yourself? Your journey is totally different from those you see online and even around you. Those people don't show their struggles, they only show their wins. So that person you're looking at social media, that person you're following on TikTok or Facebook, and you're comparing your life with that person's life, they won't show you what they go through, they won't show you their struggles, they will only show you. Nobody has it rosy, nobody has it all, we all have our struggles. So learn to choose peace, be yourself, and then develop the ability to stay grounded in such challenges. Don't run, don't try to run from your fears. Face your fears. So, and believe in yourself. That is the most important thing. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've really learned a lot. So, Miss Miriam, are you with us now?
To ask this question, no, most of us has experienced this secondary school love, boyfriend and girlfriend love, whereby you like on a normal, we know that a girl is somehow in adolescent stage, like maybe like 14, like that, and she started experiencing this kind of feelings towards the other gender. And maybe she now found out that okay, this gender did not really like me. She is liking someone else. And during exam, she has been thinking of the fact that the gender did not like her. So she's not feeling worthy. She's not feeling herself to be someone that okay, this is what I can do. She's not concentrating. It is she's losing a lot of concentration. And when it was exam time, she started panicking from the fact that she started feeling like she wants to pee while writing her exam. What can you say about um
It's very important to have good relationship with your children. When you have good relationship with your children, they speak up. They talk to you about everything they're experiencing, even puppy love. They talk to you about it, and you know how to guide them. It's not that you want to listen to judge. You want to listen to understand. You allow them to express themselves and they talk to you. They are able to get through these stages, this stage of their lives. It's not like they get into the exam hall, before the anxiety takes over. Before they even get into the exam hall, you have already given them a solid way of getting out of such issues. And maybe they are in the boarding house, so so that it can be balanced. If they're in the boarding house and all this is happening, if you had given them a solid background from home, they are able to navigate whatever stage they find themselves in. Because it's not a sit, just a one sitting kind of talk. It's the way you relate at home with them that helps them, that guides them, that helps them to show up in the proper way in the society. Thank you.
I guess all the work now starts. Is that from the teachings they learn from home, especially from their mother. If you have a good relationship with your parents, I guess the girl will be able to open up on any situation that is bothering her, that she thinks that it's a burden to her. She will definitely open up to her mother and tell all of that. Then her mother can then put her through. So if you're a girl listening to this and you think this is what has been bothering your mark, you've been having average, maybe in mathematics, maybe in English, or any subject that you think it's very hard, and it is not because you are not applying efforts, it's because you have something else in your mind, you have something else bothering your heart. You couldn't put all your so I like when I was in secondary school, I remember that my teacher, my Yoruba teacher, she's like, you see this art, if you say you want to give Shola half of it, you've already given Shola everything, because there is no how you give Shola out of it, half out of that art, and you will say that you want to use the other half to concentrate on your studies. It is not possible. So she do tell us that we should focus on our studies and do not let all this domestic unnecessary love just come into our mind. So thank you for that response, ma'am. So I would like to ask this. I am an educator, and I noticed that a lot of girls do not used to concentrate due to broken homes. We've talked about this broken home in my previous episode, but I would still like to rediscuss it, because most of nowadays marriages, people see marriages as something that if I'm not okay with it, I will just leave. They are not considering their children, especially male children. They are not considering that they had a child with this man or others. And it is not that I'm trying to bash anybody. I understand that we all want peace for ourselves. So if you think that, okay, this is not working for you, left any ally, that's you drop your kid with your grandparents and you ask your grandparents to be looking after them. You know, there's a kind of mannerism how you will raise your child yourself compared to grandparents, although they are the one that raised those, but it should be of, I don't know if you understand me, man. So those kind of girls, they see it as, if I get 20 in mathematics, grandma kuku will not talk. Some students do not used to collect their report itself because they don't have somebody that will ask of it from home. So that's, in fact, a student that is not collecting his or her report sheets, how can she know that she's progressing? So all of these do affect their academic activities. So how can we solve this problem, ma'am?
Okay, this is a tough one because it flows in different ways. I'm not an advocate of divorce, so maybe my response will be a bit skewed towards maintaining your relationship, not only with your spouse, maintaining your relationship with your spouse, provided there's no violence, no domestic violence. And leaving children with grandparents doesn't mean you also do not have a say in how the grandparents train your children. And at what ages are you leaving these children with their grandparents to train them? And from even what we see sometimes in the society now. It's even better for grandparents to train these children than for their parents to train them. Because some parents don't even, they believe they don't have time. They cannot sacrifice their cares for money to sit down and take care of their children. They would rather hand over their children to nannies, house helps, and the likes. But sending them to the grandparents sometimes is a better place for your children if you know you cannot handle them. But you have to have ground rules, even with your parents, with your own parents, who are your children's grandparents, on how you want them to handle your children. It's unfortunate that we have children who do not collect their report sheet from the school because they don't have anyone to give it to. It's the same thing. Their parents are all over the place looking to make life better. The life is tough, we know, but then you have these children as your responsibility. You have the children as your responsibilities. So I hope you can hear me, because I don't know, turning off incoming.
Yes,
Connection
ma.
is weak. Okay, thank you. I'm reading a lot on my laptop saying connection is weak. Okay, so you really have to know that you have a responsibility towards the children that you bring into the world. If you know you are not ready to parent, don't bring these children into the world. And have the rules for the grandparents to follow, so that the training of your children will not become haphazard. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that response. So what if you are a girl? Because I hope and I know that somebody that this situation resonates with is actually watching this video, will actually watch this video. And if you are the one watching this video, if you're a parent, a single parent at that, and you think that you don't know how to solve this problem for your girl child, sometimes you are even burdened about it, you don't know what to do. I think now you have the solution already. Even if you give your parents your children, you give them to nurture them for you, at least go there, check them, and check how they are faring, especially in their academic activity, because they are your future. Even if you build all the money, you create all the money, or it is because of them, at least you are working because of your children, right? So definitely, and we want a better future for them, because we all know that sometimes it's actually okay for you to protect your peace and leave a particular marriage. Nobody's saying you should live in a toxic marriage. We understand that. But let these children be your priority. Let it be of a high priority than your career. If I'm wrong, ma, please correct me. Can children be a parent's high priority than their career?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
They can. You really have to, to know your, I tell people, schedule your priorities. It gives you peace. Is it your career you want to run after? Is it your children? If you want to run after your career, what are you doing with your children? Do you have people who will take care of your children while you are running after your career? I've been in that space, so I understand what I'm saying. When my children were young, I wasn't with them. I was in a different country, and they were in a different country. So you need to know what you want out of life. You sit with your children, have the necessary discussions. Well, if they are quite little, maybe like toddlers, you may not have that opportunity. But know the people you bring into your home to look after your children, to train your children with you. Don't leave the training to them, to those other people. Be involved. Be involved in the training. Don't let you, oh, I'm too tired, I'm just coming back. No, the child wants to even sit with you. You fling the child away. Can't you see I'm just returning from work. I cannot sit with you. I mean, I'm too tired. No, you have to learn to accommodate what your child need. You have to accommodate your child's needs and your needs. And you have to prioritize. Learn to schedule your priorities.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I just remembered something. I'm so sorry for taking your time, but it's because of the net. So I just remembered one question now. When I was in university, during our group chats, a girl just came into the group to the group chat, and she messaged the group. She said her dad wants to use them for money ritual. And we all know that this particular girl, she doesn't talk to anybody in the department. She did not have one friend like this in the department. In fact, we do used to even talk about that. What's wrong with this girl? She did not used to talk to anybody. She didn't used to have any rapport with anybody. We did not know that there's something bothering her, maybe from the parent side, from the background side. So that day, we are on vacation and everybody is at home, and she just messaged the group that her dad wants to use her and her sister for ritual. So everybody was like, what is happening? What is happening? She now related a story that her mom is not living with them. So when they got home, her dad too is not living with them, but her dad just took her and her sister from her grandma's place. So when they got to the dad's place, because they didn't know how to relate with their dad, because they've not been living with their dad, they have been living with their grandma when they were in baby. So they didn't know if the dad is a good father or not. So they were saying that. So she was saying that there are some visitors just entering, and the sister, the other sister of the girl, she said there was a time that their dad once wished her a birthday, and the dad just said happy birthday instead of happy birthday. So the dad now erased it, and now said maybe it's a mistake or not. You actually texted happy birthday to your daughter instead of happy birthday. I don't know how that mistake happens. So that was what she said her elder sister told her. So she now told us that we should rescue them, that they are in danger, that they did not trust their daddy, and they know that they did not have any mother to call at that point. And this situation was even more than what I'm talking about, because they asked to run out of home. They said their dad was attending to a lot of visitors, and when they were discussing, they were hearing that maybe he's going into politics or not, or something like that. So they had to run out. They had to run outside. They were hiding in one hotel like that, and it was even dark. It was in the night. So we were telling them to go to the police station to just report, and because that place is even dangerous for them as girls, it is a danger. They should be going around in the night, and they said it is an estate area. It is a closed area, so it's very dangerous. So I don't know how, if this kind of problem happens, if it emerges, if someone is seeing herself in this kind of situation before, she has seen herself in this kind of situation before, how can those girls solve their problem? Because I know that they've been mentally disturbed. Okay, I said if we happen to see anybody that is watching this video and has seen herself in that kind of, or is seeing herself in that kind of situation, how can she solve her problem? Because I know that they've been mentally disturbed. They do not know what they are doing again. That was the reason why they ran outside.
Okay. There are helplines. There are helplines that the government puts in place. There are phone numbers, there are email addresses, and all those the short codes that we track wherever you are. It's easy to search, to Google that you need help from the government, and you will see the helplines for the different situations that you find yourself. And I even think the telecommunication outfits also have it on their phone, where you can press a code for help. Sometimes I can't clearly recollect, but I have some helplines I can send to you which you can forward or place on the platform for people to see. Such helplines are easy. They can easily track wherever the person is and render help. Because calling individuals, sometimes some people will just read it and not act. For some, we read and act. Like they have sent to your group now. I don't know if any of your group members made any attempt to contact some government agencies that can help them in that kind of situation.
So, ma, how can we come into their mental health situation where they can just meet somebody, or is there a place where they can be helped mentally? Because I know that they are not okay, because they can't even trust anybody.
They can talk to mental wellness coaches, sometimes even friends, someone they trust. If they think they need to go for that, they have to visit the hospital. Want to go beyond talking to therapists, they can go to the hospital if they think it's something medical. But most times, these things are not medical. What they need is somebody to speak to them, to guide them on what to do and how to navigate this period in their lives. We have helplines, mental wellness helplines as well, that people can call for help. And life has been made easy. You can Google mental health or mental wellness. You see a list of people you can talk to.
Thank you so very much for all the responses you've been giving us. We really do appreciate your presence here. We appreciate you being here for inspiring our girls on their mental health and their emotional well-being. I really do appreciate, ma'am. So I hope that those girl children that are experiencing some kind of situations as regards to your mental health, maybe it is affecting your academic activities. You've been able to jot all those situations, and it is not being jotting alone. You have to do it, because inside of you, you know you want to do it. You know you want to come out of their shell. Just step inward, pause, and then do it, because you can do it. So we've come to the end of protecting our peace, because on the Speak With Our podcast here, we are here to inspire, educate, and empower you. So the recorded video will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, and remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you to my co-host, to my amazing co-host, and my incredible guest speaker. And for all our audiences that are here, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate. Thank you so very much. Bye.